Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss could be a game changer for the Steelers and the entire AFC North. There's a buzz circulating that could shake up the division and really give the Steelers a significant boost as they push toward another Super Bowl appearance. We're talking about a potential trade rumor involving none other than Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota Vikings star wide receiver, and it's causing quite a stir among NFL insiders and fans alike. Now, I know what you're thinking. Justin Jefferson, a Viking, coming to Pittsburgh. It sounds almost too good to be true, but the whispers are getting louder and the details are starting to make sense if you look at the bigger picture. Let's start by understanding the context here. Justin Jefferson, a player who's been a top 5 fantasy WR for the past couple of seasons, is in the middle of a tough spot in Minnesota. The Vikings are currently sitting at 5-8, and their offense has been struggling, especially on the scoring front. They're allowing an average of 21.6 points per game, and it's clear they're shifting gears into a rebuild mode. The team's management is eyeing the future, and they've indicated a willingness to trade Jefferson, someone who's accumulated over 6.0 receiving yards in his young career, if the deal makes sense. The Vikings need cap space, especially with a future quarterback in mind, and sources suggest they're prioritizing clearing about $22 million in cap space by December 2025. Jefferson, who's been remarkably durable with no major injuries and consistently producing yardage, averaging around 96.5 yards per game over his career, fits the profile of a franchise-changing player that Pittsburgh could absolutely use. Now, on the Steelers' side, things are looking promising. At 7-6, Mike Tomlin's squad is in the thick of the playoff hunt, and adding a weapon like Jefferson could elevate their offense to a whole new level. The Steelers have been leaning on their route wizard, an elusive, almost ghost-like receiver who can escape coverage and open up the field. Imagine the kind of damage Jefferson could do paired with a quarterback like Kenny Pickett, who's been showing steady growth this season. Jefferson's ability to gain yards after the catch, his YAC numbers are exceptional, would complement the Steelers' focus on explosive plays and balance their offense. His yards per route run, sitting around 2.64 in 2023, and his PFF grade of 90.6 against zone coverage, highlight the fact that he's not just a deep threat, but also a versatile receiver capable of making tough catches in tight windows. The potential trade, if it happens, would be a blockbuster. Reports suggest the Vikings might be asking for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027, along with a $10 million cap hit in December 2025 to facilitate the move. This kind of deal would be a bold move for the Steelers, but one that could pay off exponentially. The Vikings are clearly looking to rebuild and are willing to part ways with Jefferson in exchange for draft capital and cap flexibility. For the Steelers, acquiring Jefferson isn't just about boosting their offense. It's about making a statement, about signaling their intent to contend now and in the future. Let's break down what Jefferson would bring to the Steelers if that trade goes through. His impact on the team's offense would be immediate and profound. Projected to add around 100 yards on the season, Jefferson's presence would push the Steelers' passing game to new heights. His yards per target are projected to increase by over 18%, and his yards per route run would be near 967, which is elite. Opposing defenses would have a tough time doubling him consistently, especially considering his ability to break free from zones and make big plays after the catch. His YAC alone is a major weapon. The Steelers have been solid on defense, ranking among the top teams in the league, but their offense has often been a bit inconsistent. Jefferson's arrival could help balance that out, opening up more opportunities for Najee Harris in the run game and giving Pickett more reliable targets. Additionally, Jefferson's presence would arguably elevate the entire offense's efficiency. Currently, the Steelers are averaging around 23.7 points per game, but with Jefferson, that number could rise to as high as 27 points, especially considering how he draws coverage and creates space for others. His ability to attract double teams and open up the field would also free up Chase Claypool or George Pickens, depending on how the offense is set up, leading to a much more dynamic attack that keeps defenses guessing. This kind of offensive upgrade would also have a ripple effect on the team's overall performance and confidence, especially as they head into the playoffs. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here, Super Bowl odds. The Steelers are already viewed as a contender with a solid defense and a developing offense, but acquiring a player like Jefferson could dramatically shift those odds. According to betting lines, the Steelers' chances of winning the Super Bowl could improve from plus 1,500 to around plus 550. That's a massive jump, and indicates that many see Jefferson as the kind of X-factor that can carry a team deep into the postseason. His ability to beat zone coverage, combined with his YAC and route running, makes him a nightmare for opposing defenses. If he comes to Pittsburgh, expect to see the Steelers stacking the box less often, giving Pickett more room to operate and turning the offense into a true threat down the field. The division itself could feel this shift as well. The AFC North has been fiercely competitive, with Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland all vying for playoff spots. But if the Steelers pull off this move, they immediately become a team to watch, not just because of their talent, but because of the strategic advantage. The division could see a real power shift, with Pittsburgh asserting itself as a dominant force once again. And for the fans, that's exactly the kind of excitement we crave, seeing our team rise, making bold moves, and positioning themselves for a serious Super Bowl run. In conclusion, this trade rumor involving Justin Jefferson is shaping up to be one of the most exciting developments of the NFL season for Steelers fans. It's a bold move, but one that could redefine the franchise's trajectory, giving them a dynamic playmaker who can light up the scoreboard and elevate the entire team. Jefferson's impact would extend beyond just stats. He'd bring a new level of confidence and explosiveness that could finally push the Steelers over the top. As fans, we've seen this team grow, and now with the right piece added, the Super Bowl window could open even wider. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal.